Newnan or Fayetteville, Georgia? Which town should you choose to make your home? Man, choosing where to live is such a big decision, especially when you're relocating from a different state. Hi, I'm Daphne Bousquet, your local realtor with eXp Realty, and I'm here to make this process a little bit easier. Today, we're talking about the differences and similarities between Fayetteville and Newnan, two cities on Atlanta's south side. So let's dive in. We'll start with the location. While both towns are on the south side of Atlanta, Fayetteville, Georgia is only about 25 minutes from the airport and a little over half an hour to downtown Atlanta. So it is very quick to get to everywhere you're going. If you have a job near the airport or downtown, living in Fayetteville is super convenient. Newnan is just a little further away at 38 miles south of Atlanta, and that takes about 46 minutes according to Google Maps. Now that depends on traffic. And if you travel a lot or work at the airport, which a lot of people down here do, the commute time to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is only about 30 minutes. But while Fayetteville is a little closer to Atlanta and the airport, Newnan has super easy access to I-85. The interstate splits the city, and they recently completed another exit, which makes getting on the highway heading north to the airport or Atlanta or south to Alabama even more convenient. That easy access to I-85 also has gotten the attention of a lot of businesses. Newnan is rapidly growing. Companies like HelloFresh, Goodyear, and Amazon, and more all have moved into the area. And all these companies bring jobs, making it even more attractive for the people who live here and bringing more people to the area as well. Currently, the population is around 40,000 people, but expect that to increase with all the companies moving into Newnan. The growth in Fayetteville is more due to the film industry, with Trilith Studios, formerly Pinewood Studios, fueling a lot of the growth. In fact, an entire community, the town of Trilith, has spawned from it. And although Trilith likes to think of themselves as a separate community, they are still part of Fayetteville. U.S. Soccer is also making Fayetteville their home with their National Training Center coming to the area, and Fayetteville is the site of the 5th largest data center in the country, which is currently under construction. The population of Fayetteville is around 20,000 people, so that is quite a bit smaller than Newnan, and that is both in population and land area, and that gives Fayetteville more of a small town feel. Regarding shopping, Newnan is where it's at. There are so many stores in Newnan, with the area around State Road 34 and I-85 completely filled with stores. You have the big chains like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Target, At Home, Kohl's, Dillard's, Dick's, Academy Sports, as well as smaller stores and boutiques and a ton of restaurants. And although Fayetteville has the largest and most visited open-air shopping center in the pavilion in the state, it can't hold a candle to Newnan's number of stores and shops. Now, both cities have a charming downtown, historic, and the old courthouse on the Fayetteville Square, built in 1825, is the oldest in the state. Newnan's courthouse is a little newer since it was built in 1904, and it was built in the Neo-Greek Revival style. The area around Newnan's courthouse is the historic district, and there are some beautiful homes that were built around the 1900s and are still lived in today. Both Fayetteville and Newnan's downtowns are the site of some great events throughout the year. In Fayetteville, you have events such as Suds on the Square, the Pumpkin Festival, and local markets, while in Newnan you also have markets, jazz in the park, an art walk twice a year, music and food trucks, and so much more. Definitely a lot of fun, family-friendly events, both in Newnan and Fayetteville, so be sure to take advantage of that. And by the way, to get more information about parks, schools, employment, and things to do in Fayetteville, Newnan, and other towns on Atlanta's south side, get my free relocation guide. The link is in the description. Now let's talk recreation and outdoorsy stuff. Fayetteville has plenty of places to hike. It is home to the Southern Conservation Trust, which conserves over 65,000 acres in 13 states. Now, one of those conservations is the Ridge Nature Area, which has over 300 acres and 7 miles of trails. It's a popular spot to go hike, trail run, and mountain bike. And you're welcome to bring your dogs, but they do have to be on a leash. The other nature preserve is Sam's Lake Bird Sanctuary, and the 56-acre site was originally a drained lake bed, but is slowly reverting to a natural meadow. Trails along the wetlands include 2 observation platforms overlooking open water and wetland habitat, a small boardwalk, a wildlife observation blind overlooking the northernmost wetland, and a picnic area on the southern lake. Fayetteville also has parks such as the City Center Park, and you will find an ice cream shop and restaurants, and there is a spray park for the kids, perfect for those hot summer days and evenings, a playground, a large event lawn, and a dog park. It is really a great venue with lots of events like monthly markets, fitness in the park, movies, you name it. It is turning into the hot spot in Fayetteville. And of course, Fayetteville also has baseball, soccer, and football fields, but unfortunately, no aquatic center. Newnan is home to Chattahoochee Bend State Park, Georgia's second newest state park, and also one of the largest. Encompassing nearly 3,000 acres, it features new hiking trails with ADA accessible options, boat, kayak ramps, camping sites, cabins, and playgrounds. You can also find the Lincoln Newnan, a new exciting multi-purpose trail built on public rights-of-way and green space, creating a 26-mile network of paved paths for recreating and socializing. And the trail system is enjoyed by walkers, runners, bicycles, and people using non-motorized vehicles. Other parks are Browns Mill Historic Battle Site, as well as lots of soccer and baseball fields around town. And if you or your kids are into skateboarding, C.J. Smith Skate Park is home to over 30,000 square feet of rideable terrain, complemented by playgrounds, restrooms, a splash park, and a variety of amenities. So you can see that both Newnan and Fayetteville have lots of things to do, parks, recreation, events, you name it. They are both great places to live. Now let's talk about housing. Since Newnan has more land and a lot more space, there are quite a few new construction projects that are going up. And while there are some in Fayetteville as well, you will definitely have a lot more choice in Newnan. In 2023, the median home price in Newnan was $388,477, while in Fayetteville it was $439,000. The average sales price in Newnan was $424,001, while the average price in Fayetteville was just under $500,000 at $494,260. So homes in Newnan are not only more affordable, but there are more to choose from since there are just more available homes than in Fayetteville. You can also find more variety in Newnan with townhomes and smaller homes an option. You'll be available to find more custom-built homes in Fayetteville and higher-end new construction, while in Newnan you can still find some more affordable new construction homes in the low $400,000 range. Now, that is not to say that you can't find higher-end new construction in Newnan, because you most definitely can. Schools are, of course, another big consideration in choosing where to live. And Fayetteville is part of the Fayette County School District, while Newnan is a part of the Coweta County School District. And I always recommend you do your own research on schools, and some great resources are greatschools.org, niche.com, and some more that I have listed in my relocation guide. So be sure to download that. You can find the link in the description. And I also recommend touring the schools and chatting with the principals before you make your decision. So what's the verdict? Fayetteville or Newnan? Fayetteville is a little smaller and is a bit closer to Atlanta and the airport. Newnan is fast growing and has better access to the interstate, Both are great options with a lot to offer. I'd love to see your choice in the comments.